Hello Josh, I'm here to interview you about your sport, which I know is football. Okay, let's go on with the questions. Um, have you ever got any sponsorship money?
No, I haven't actually. I played football at quite a high level once, which I did have a sponsor, but obviously I got myself injured and then didn't really get a sponsor after that. You don't really get sponsors in football. You only get them if you're like really good or something. Say you're like a professional footballer and you get sponsored by Adidas or Nike or something, you'd get that. But obviously I played at a high level for a little amount of time, so I didn't get much sponsorship. No.
I hear you played in a high level sport, so have you ever played in front of a crowd, and if so, is it a little bit scary or frightening?
Yeah, it was a little bit. Because I played for Portsmouth for just under a year and a half, I found it quite challenging because it was other people battling to try and get in and out of the squad most of the time. So there was pressure behind the scenes and on the pitch from the fans as well. There wasn't very many fans when I was playing, it was just parents and friends that came to watch. The biggest crowd I've ever played in front of was probably about 150 to 200 people, but it's still quite daunting because people were cheering your name and willing you to do better, but when you screw up or something, you feel like it's all your fault.
How many hours a week do you train, like back when you was playing for Pompey and now?
Now, I only train about hour and a half, maybe 2 hours a week, because I've got the time to do it now, and I just play football for a local club now, because obviously I got injured, so I had to leave Portsmouth. And I've been struggling with a few injuries recently in my knee, so I only train about 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half a week. Maybe more if there's a game at the weekend, but apart from that, no, not much at all.
Well, you say you've had a couple of injuries. Can you name a couple of the main ones?
I tore my ACL ligament in my knee, which put me out for 3 months, and then I dislocated all my fingers in my hand when I played in goal. That put me out for a little while. It wasn't very long, but still out, and I felt gutted about it. I've broken all my toes, not through playing football, just broken them, so it put me out of football, which I was very unhappy about. I've done my knee twice. I tore my ACL first time, and then second time I strained the ligaments and snapped one of them in my knee. So I was out for a couple of weeks for that, but it was quite painful.
I know you've had a couple of injuries, but do you have any idea when you'll retire from football?
Well, my elite football career, I've obviously finished that now, but I'll probably finish playing football hopefully when I'm old, quite an old person, say like 40 odd, because I can progress from under 18s football, which I'm at now, to under 20s football and then adult league football. So I'll probably do that, yeah.
If you had an exam like the day before or the day after training, what would you do? Would you not train, or would you go train and just not be 100%?
That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure actually, because when I was doing my GCSE exams I never got put under that, but if it came down to it, if I had an exam or I had training one night and an exam the morning after or something, I wouldn't go to training. I'd go to bed early, make sure I feel refreshed and everything, so that I get a good night's sleep for my exam in the morning.
Last question, what do you think you will do when you retire?
When I retire, finishing playing football, hopefully I'd like to go on to coach like under 7s football and bring up a team like that. So gradually up throughout the ages, and hopefully get the team, if I get my coaching badges and stuff, hopefully get that team to quite far up the league and maybe win a few cups, you never know.
Well, that's the end of my questions, so thank you and I hope you all the best.
Thank you.